there, comic book friends. I'm Travis, and it's time for another edition of What the Fugue, where I talk about what's going on with me in my world of comics. How's it going, everybody? Let's talk comic books. I don't have any comic books this week. Why, do you ask, do I not have comic books this week? Because, for those of you who've watched my videos long into the past, you know I had this complicated formula, had to do a bunch of math, had to do a bunch of weights and ratios and whatnot to figure out how to get my comic books packaged in a way to have them mailed to me so I'd have them every Friday so I could have my books read, so I could do the comic book roundtable and stuff and talk about current comic books on the week that they come out. Well, somewhere along the way that formula broke down, or comics were delayed, or when a comic like takes a break, like Lazarus or Saga takes their month or 2-month break and then they come back, they don't always land on the same week. So for whatever reason, this week I have a lot of books. I have like 22 books coming to me. Well, it's enough that it can't fit in the package that it normally is fit into to send it priority mail to me, which ensures that I get it on Friday. I wasn't paying attention to my emails, I guess, early in the day on that day when they mailed them out. They, Discount Comic Book Service, sent me an email saying, hey, you got too many books. We can't fit them in the normal packaging we put them in. And if you want to pay X amount more, $8.06 more to be exact, they'll put them in a medium flat rate box and for the week and mail it off to me. You know, or for free, you can have FedEx send it. Well, I never got back to them, and so reached their cutoff time where they needed to send it. So they obviously went with the free one to not charge me something that I didn't ask for. So they sent it FedEx, and FedEx, ground FedEx from the middle of the United States to where I'm at, you know, headed towards the West Coast. It takes a lot of days. So I won't actually have this week's comic books. This week being the, 19th? March 19th books. I won't have them until next Tuesday. So it'll be really interesting. Not only are my comic books going to be that late, I will have 22 books to read and get read before then Friday lands, and hopefully I have my comic books for the coming week at their normal regular time. So should be lots of fun, lots of power reading to get through it all, to get caught up to be where I'm at. So there's that. The complications of math and weights and comic books and mailing. Anyway, so what that means is no comic book roundtable this week for me. Those of you who do comic book roundtable with me, if you want to jump on and do it, awesome. If that happens, I may show up and watch and not listen too hard because I don't want my comics spoiled for me that bad. But I don't have any books, and I've done enough shows here recently with the winter causing us problems where I don't really have any books to talk about, that and with the stuff that's going on this week as far as news and other types of things, there's not enough there for me to really talk about. So it would be, if I'm going to do the show, it wouldn't be a whole lot of fun, I don't think, because it would just be me going, oh, I don't got any books. What did you read? So no comic book roundtable this week. Hopefully we'll be back on track next week. Like I said, unless somebody wants to jump on and do a hangout on Friday night, comic book roundtable, be my guest. Yeah, so because I don't have books, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, there's that. As far as other comic book news that's out there, why not? You know, I don't really think there is a whole lot going on. Some things that kind of piqued my interest was the fact is that if you're up to speed on watching the CW's Arrow, you know, the Green Arrow takeoff that DC is running. I haven't actually seen the current episode, but my understanding is basically the Suicide Squad is 100% there now. They've been mentioned in the past, but now they're 100% there. Interesting that on the TV show, they've got the Suicide Squad, and of course, the Suicide Squad has been canceled, so there won't be a comic book. Does that make sense? Even if the two aren't even close to the same, if you're gonna have one in the TV show, wouldn't you have some facsimile of that in the comic book universe? Doesn't that make some amount of marketing sense? I don't know. It seems weird to me. It seems weird to me though that you'd be canceling it unless they're planning on bringing it back right away again in some sense. I don't know. That may be the case too. What else? Gosh, all TV stuff. I've seen pictures of Detective Bullock from the Gotham TV show. It looks okay. Doesn't look like Bullock to me, but I mean, I guess anybody can play Bullock, right? To some sense. Yeah, I always envision Bullock being heavier set and having more stains on his shirt and tie. Like he wears the same tie all the time, and it looks worn out and stuff. And the picture I saw, the guy just looked too neat. But you know, that's just a still picture. Whatever. I'll still be trying it out. I'll still be checking it out, see what's going on. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot. Yeah, that's really it. Big thing was no comic book roundtable this week unless somebody else decides to step up and do that instead. If you do choose to do that, my suggestion would be is you get a hold of some of the regular people that are on the show. They might be interested in doing the show too. Because my understanding is all of them got their books. Apology to Hip Piece Collectible, Tom. He was going to be coming back on the show this week because with the time changes and the daylight savings and all that kind of stuff, we're back on the same time schedule as him, so he was going to be able to be on the show. And we kind of talked about this being the first time for him to be back, so that's kind of a bummer. But yeah, that is basically it. You know, thank everybody once again, as I do periodically. Thank you all for watching my videos. Thank you for commenting. Trying to get back to commenting back on people who comment on my videos, because I know it's you know, if you're engaging me in conversation, I should be engaging back. Sometimes that's hard to do. Sometimes, but I do really appreciate the comments, appreciate the views. People checking it out. I keep forgetting to mention it. Thank you, those of you who have indulged me by watching and commenting when I do some piece of poetry. I appreciate that. In the past, when I've done poetry, it's actually driven away subscribers. I have people unsubscribe to me. That hasn't been the case the last couple times, so that's pretty cool. That means obviously I've garnished a bunch of people that I really think are cool around me. That doesn't seem to freak anybody out, or at most you click the button and go on and ignore it, which is fine too. So yeah, much appreciated. Yeah, appreciate all the people that watch, talk to me, and you know, my friends here and whatnot. Yeah, short and sweet. Have a good one, everybody.